Jeff Nippard is a coward. This is one of the saddest things I've ever seen inside my entire life. If you don't know what went down, apparently there was this guy named Mike. Now, Mike's a bodybuilder. He made this entire video calling these science, bodybuilders, you gotta do things at this certain angle if you want maximum gains. Saying that they were all nerds and that they had mediocre physiques. So Jeff Nippard clapped back saying, you know what, it's because we're not on roids. And he didn't even say Mike's name personally, but he had, his video on the background. Kind of like a TikTok response. One of those type of things. So with Mike, he was like, I guess it's on site. He saw him in the gym, put his hand around his neck and threw him on the floor like a poop sock. Just chucked him like he was nothing. Now after that, according to Jeff Nippard, his cameraman started getting it. So this Mike dude just put his hands on Jeff Nippard, threw him on the floor. Then this guy started working his cameraman. Like, everybody in Jeff Nippard's crew was getting it. He was like Broly. He was just giving it to everybody. It was like ass whooping Wednesday, and it was free samples for everybody, okay? And nobody did nothing. Now, here's the thing that's got my mind boggled. Jeff Nippard's in his 30s, correct? He's like 34 years old. And you're feeling bad for a 34-year-old man getting thrown on his ass? Really? Like, that's what y'all doing collectively as a community? You're not stating, hey, Jeff Nippard, why didn't you stand up for yourself? Hey, Jeff Nippard, how come you're 34 years old? And we're in the age of MMA, where literally you can't go a single block without some sort of boxing, kickboxing, or wrestling gym anywhere. I've been an amateur wrestler for 10 years. I've been in amateur boxing, kickboxing for so many years, taekwondo, and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And you're 34 years old, and at no point did it ever occur to you, hey, guys, let me learn self-defense. You were so caught up in lifting this dumbbell in this exact angle and in this exact direction to get full range of motion and hypertrophy for the side delts. Look how far that got you. You got into a physical altercation, and what did you do? You sat on your ass like a hen laying an egg. And completely embarrassing. Like, if I were you, I would go home to my girlfriend and throw my phone in the river. Throw all the phones in the river. All the phones are going in the river, and you're going to call up Verizon with the last one and be like, yo, cut the internet. Do not let her see that. Do not let her see that video of you getting thrown on your ass. Don't let her see that. Like, you are such a coward. And here's the part that really pissed me off. Because as a guy who's been in amateur boxing and in kickboxing, he then went and got a CAT scan. A CAT scan. Are you fucking kidding me? This guy grabbed you by your neck and threw you on the floor. You fell on your butt. And you got a CAT scan on your, on your head and neck. If you don't know what a CAT scan is, a CT scan or a CAT scan is a big machine that shoots radiation at you to get readings for serious injuries. Okay, because it shoots radiation at you so they can get results as quick as possible. MRIs are things for like, oh, you got like a hairline fracture or something. Like MRIs are for things that are less serious, and it's a big kind of like a magnet machine. But a CAT scan is specifically for someone who's having a stroke. Okay, someone who has gotten knocked out cold. Okay, this is people who have concussions. What do you have, a bruised vagina? What are you talking about? Let's get the CAT scan, guys. Oh yeah, his ego seems to be a little bit shattered. What are you gonna CAT scan for? And he has this picture like this. Right, put it right here. What the fuck? Like what are you at the zoo? What is this? He's like, oh god, I got a CAT scan. Oh, is that for your lawsuit? Is that for your lawsuit? Oh, is that what it is? Because that dude was running a rampage in that gym. He gave it to you, gave it to your man. Your man was like, 1, 2, 3, it didn't happen to me. And he was like, no witnesses. And he started whooping your cameraman. He's like, Jeff Nippard, do something. You're just sitting there like, I'm about to give my top 5 reasons why I like the ground. 5, it's safe down here. 4, it's warm. What are you doing? You're 34 fucking years old and you're telling me you can't defend yourself? You don't know introductory boxing? Like, I'm not even asking you to, start weaving this shit and jab, straight. Like, you can't even, you can't do nothing? Like, yo, nothing? You cannot do nothing? You just sat there. Like, you just fucking sat there. People are like, oh, I feel so bad for him. He's 34. He's a grown-ass man. You're not a woman. You're not disabled, and you're not a teenager or a kid. So I don't feel bad for you. I don't. You're a 34, 35-year-old man. You should be able to hold your own. It's not like you're 65. So you're a man in your 30s and you don't know how to fight. Is this gonna be like where you actually gonna start taking boxing and kickboxing and put down these goofy little weights? Is this when it's gonna happen? Like, you can get huge in a weightlifting. I mean, weightlifting goes hand in hand with mixed martial arts, and boxing and kickboxing. It goes hand in hand. But the idea that you've probably had no experience whatsoever on putting on hand wraps or mouth guard is incredibly concerning at your age, especially in this time, in this era where MMA is everywhere and you just can't even run from it. You could take that shit with your son on eBay for $3.99, and that's its little brother for $2.99. Dual pack. And it's like, dude, I gotta know, if you have a girlfriend or a wife, how did that conversation happen? Where you at, baby? Oh, I'm in the hospital. What happened? Oh, I got into a fight. Oh, because we already know how fights go. We know how fights go, okay? The loser goes to the hospital and the winner goes to jail. So you being in the hospital right at the back, having to tell her that, ouch, 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 that gotta hurt, y'all. That shit gotta hurt. And to sit there and be like, oh, so what happened, baby? So he grabbed me by my neck and threw me on the floor. And then what did you do? Nothing. Like, what? You did nothing? Did anything else happen? Yo, he started working my cameraman. And what did you do? Nothing. You did nothing? And when it was all said and done, what did you do after? Did you, like, sneak him or something? Did you do something? I did nothing? Like, what was that? What? This is just mind-blowing that there are individuals nowadays, grown-ass men, that are so cowardice. You're a fucking coward. You let this man get in your face. He mushed you, threw you on the floor, and you did fuck all nothing. And they're gonna be some cornballs in the comments. They're gonna do whatever they can to defend this type of behavior. Fighting's not right. It's not the moral thing to do. Oh, I got a counter to that argument right there. I got a good counter. So my counter to that, it's not the moral thing to do. Let's just say this big dude named Mike. You saw how effortlessly he threw Jeff Nippard on the floor? What if he decided to grab Jeff Nippard and just keep slamming his head against that floor? What if he decided to do that? There'd be nothing Jeff Nippard could do. He'd be defenseless. And you can argue morals, but do you think criminals give a shit about morals? Like, criminals, like, I'm gonna rob this house. Morally, that's wrong. I'm going home. That's not how criminals work. The point of being a criminal is you don't give a fuck about morals. You think Mike is gonna sit there and be like, man, I shouldn't push Jeff because that'd be morally wrong? Or is he just gonna do it because he's had enough of this guy? Whatever was going on in his head. Who knows? Who knows what's going on in this guy's head? Okay? So to bring up some moral argument is stupid. Because you can have some moral argument, to a camera, online with some guy. But if you're face to face and some dude says, man, fuck this argument, and starts to punch you in your chin, then guess what? You just got punched in your chin. And there's no moral argument, integrity. You don't matter. That shit's out the window. It's I'm gonna quote Andrew Tate here. I don't agree with a lot of things that he does or says. Trust me, I don't, and I'm on record stating that. But here's one thing I like that he did say. Two guys are playing chess. They're in a room. If one guy decides to flip the table over and start stabbing him, then what? Are you going to sit there getting stabbed saying, that's not the rules to chess? Or are you just going to die? That's it. He's going to walk out the room and that's it. So this idea of morals and integrity, well, you saw how far that got you. Morals and integrity, well, you look very integral as you sat on your ass. Completely embarrassed. And let's cry for a grown man who should have known to hold his own. Like, here's the thing. If you would have got up and swung on this dude, and he would have worked your ass like a full-time job with overtime, I would have so much respect for you. Because at least you stood up for yourself. You're not a coward. And then I would feel bad for you. Because I'd be like, damn, that guy's a bully. And he whooped you. Then I would feel bad for you. I'd be like, yo, because you stood up for yourself and you still got washed. Then I would feel bad for you. But you made no effort. Zero effort. You just sat there and said, this is out of my criteria. Wasn't out of his criteria. And again, if he decided to just bounce your head off the floor 1,000 times, and who knows what would have, then you would have really needed a CAT scan. for sure. Then what? So, like, are you going to keep being stupid, or are you going to actually learn how to train? Because here's the thing about, physical things. Like, having a physical prowess, a physicality, and it comes to the manosphere, I guess. There's always going to be hotheads everywhere who are going to just want to do some shit, whether it comes to soccer, hockey, basketball, football, boxing, weightlifting. If physicality is there, there's going to be motherfuckers who are going to walk around just wanting to pick a fight. That's what happens. It's physicality, okay? Because I'm always going to want to be strong. I'm always going to want to be bigger and badder than the next guy. Everybody has that idea. Everybody wants to be better than yesterday and better than the dude in front of them. That's what happens upon all physical things, okay? So for you to be in that type of environment and not know how to defend yourself is incredibly stupid. And I don't feel bad for you whatsoever, because you're a 34-year-old man who, no training whatsoever, and you didn't even stand up for yourself at all. At all. No effort made. No effort made. Not even like, yo, fuck you. Nothing. Like, not even like a verbal, oh, it was just, I can't believe that happened. I would love to see some of y'all defend this shit. I would love to. What would you have done? Anything but that, okay? Because first things first, I wouldn't even have let him got that close. If he was talking and jabbing his jaw, I wouldn't even have let him got that close. I would have posted my arm out and said, yo, stay back. That's it. That's what that is. You're going to stay back. I can't let you get close. I can't let you approach me. You can't come into arm's reach. And if he decides to, I'm throwing the first hit. Because clearly, that's what's going to happen if you don't. There you go. Right there. Dude's 5'5", man. And that's not even, that is not even a good look either. You 5'5", and you damn sure not even, you should damn sure be in some sort of class of learning how to fight. You 5'5". That's like the average height of a woman in Japan. 5'5", and he's, come on, man. That's insane. That's crazy work, man. Because the part that really got my mind boggled, he fucked your whole crew up. He put the whoopings on you, and he put the whoopings on your crew, and you had the nerve to take a selfie with the big-ass CAT scan machine in the back, like that dude ain't just rock your shit. Yo, he gonna be having nightmares, me checking under his bed for Mike. Mike! Mike! You say his name 3 times in the mirror, summon him. Sick on! Oh! Yo, you gonna see Jake Paul versus Mike? Mike? He don't want to watch Monsters Inc. no more. That shit gonna fuck him up. I hate Monsters Inc. I hate Halloween. No Michael Myers. No Cat in the Hat. No nothing. Oh man, that's a bummer, y'all. Holy, no Office, no nothing. He don't want to hear the name Mike again, bro. Nothing. He's cooked. So the takeaway from this video is, if you're a young man, get into boxing. Get into kickboxing. Don't just sit there and depend on weights. Don't depend looking big to defend you. Because looking big ain't going to do nothing. You're going to get thrown on your ass by someone bigger than you. And I can show you plenty of videos of 120-pound men who are in MMA beating the dog piss out of guys who are 240, 250, 260 pounds. Those videos are all over the internet. Because you need to learn how to defend yourself. You have to defend yourself, and you have to defend the people around you, so you're not sitting there on your ass keeping the ground warm like some bench warmer. And then going online, oh, selfie. That shit was so AIDS. A selfie with the fucking machine in the background? What is that? What is that? Guys, look where I'm at. FOMO. I'm in the hospital, guys. Isn't that cool? I'm in the ER. Is where the cool kids go, the ER. To get a CAT scan. And I had no head injury. You sat on your butt. He didn't punch you. You weren't unconscious. You sat on your ass. And you had a little squat. Hydrogen peroxide ain't gonna fix this one. Blast with radiation. The fuck, man? Get him a, like, What you need to do is take your ass to ShopRite, get a bag of mixed vegetables, and put that shit on your vagina. Make sure they're frozen. Help with the swelling. Embarrassing behavior. Oh, that was a different type of timing, man. So, for Jeff Nippard, 1,000 thumbs down. Or one more point, and I said it, and I said this before, with Sneeko. You're going to find out what type of man someone is when they get hit, and you're going to see how they react. I said that with Sneeko, true? And I said Sneeko's a coward, because when he got hit in the face, he held his mouth like, after talking tough online for all those years. He got hit in the mouth one time, and he started talking to the cops. He was chatting with them. You thought it was a tea party. He was chatting with the cops. Now Jeff Nippard gets thrown on his ass, and he sat there like he was laying an egg. And 2 thumbs down for Sneeko as well. I gotta talk about him soon. Oh, bummer! Peace. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. If you agree with me or disagree with me. And don't be brain dead.